Hi everybody, welcome to Pro World Live. I'm Danielle from Pro World.
Kate behind the camera.
And we are here today. We have Vincent from DTF Station who's going to join us today to talk to you all about the Aries 113 with the UV DTF printing. This is kind of new for us to sort of offer this printer. So he is going to show you a live demo of the printer, show you what you can make, why you need it, and without delaying you anymore, let's pass it over to Vincent. And thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Danielle, for having us. UV DTF is new for a lot of people, not just your end users or your viewers at home right now. It's kind of really popular, but there's a lot of misconceptions, and there's a lot of stuff that hopefully I can teach you today about UV DTF. I know DTF in general is extremely popular from our traditional DTF printers, but if you can kind of just tell, we have a single machine here by itself. There's no shaker powder system. There's actually no powder system at all with this guy, which makes UV DTF really cool. But really the most popular question we get all the time is, hey, with my traditional DTF, can I put it on hard substrates? And really the answer is no. I have some people that get creative trying to put it on drinkware. It just doesn't work properly. And so DTF is amazing, but I like to say keep that for fabric material. And that's where DTF UV really takes its place. This process is really good for hard substrates. And viewers at home, I know one of the things I love is sublimation. When I first got started, I looked up sublimation, bought a printer, started making sublimation mugs, and realized that there's limitations to it, right? So it has to be for sublimation. With DTF UV, it kind of fills that gap. And so you could pretty much put it on any hard substrate. So I kind of wanted to show you, if you can kind of zoom in on this here. So this is your traditional sublimation drinkware, right? So we print with a sublimation printer, we put it on this, it comes out great. But again, we're limited to stuff that is sublimatable. Now I have something just like this here, where I put both. So this is actually sublimation here, and this is UV DTF here. Now with UV DTF, what's really cool is that you're not limited to any color substrate. So this is actually a black drinkware, and I can put this on. Think of it almost as a pretty permanent sticker that I can apply to pretty much anything. Even my laptop that I have here has a DTF UV sticker applied. And so, one of the things is limitations, and with DTF UV and traditional DTF, you can kind of do everything. I have my whole table here of transfers. Again, full color graphics. It's not just logos, designs. I don't know how well you can see that, but this is a photo that we printed with our Aries 113. We went ahead and applied it. Now, one of the cool things about our DTF Station products and our prestige line of printers is that a lot of our customers that are already doing DTF, it's an easy transition into doing DTF UV because we use the same exact software. It's called DigiRip, so if you know how to operate in A4, you know how to operate in R2, it's actually the same as operating this guy, which is really nice. And so a lot of our users who start with our DTF printers start killing it with transfers and realize, hey, I have a need now for hard goods, because people want drinkware, they want customized laptop cases, they want pens. One of the really cool things, I don't know how well you can zoom in on this guy here, but the level of detail we can get, this is actually really, really tiny, but I'm able to achieve this with our Aries 113. Kind of zoom in, there we go. I like to use this as an example just because of how good the detail is. And what's really cool is that this goes on any color. Our printer has CMYK, white, and varnish. So there's no limitations as far as going on black color drinkware. I know Stanleys right now are the most popular thing in the world, and so if you want to customize your own Stanley, you totally can with the Aries. But let's talk a little bit about the printer actually. I had mentioned that it's multiple colors inside the machine. It has 2 print heads. And compared to most UV printers, it's about the same speed. It's not the quickest machine on the market, but what's really cool is that it's a roll system. Traditional UV printers are typically like flatbed machines that are really big and bulky. This prints on a roll. And so I can actually send a bunch of jobs at once and come back at the end of the day, and it's on my take-up system down here with completed transfers. Very similar to how we're doing traditional DTF, but we're using UV ink and a special A and B film. So no, you can't use your DTF ink that you already have. Because this is UV ink, it's what allows it to be pretty permanent when we put it on substrates. So I'm actually going to go ahead and send a job here. We're going to go ahead and resume this print. You're also going to see how quiet it is. So again, if you're printing out of your home and you're doing DTF, and you want to add UV DTF, this is the whole system here. You don't need a big shaker dryer. You don't need special electrical. It's one pen for the whole system. And so that's what really makes this unique. DTF UV in general has been around just for a little bit, but what we really wanted to do is hone in and make it a little bit different than what's on the market. And so one of the main things is that we have a vacuum in front, and we also have a new take-up system, which really makes it easy for the UV to apply to our special film that we have, which makes it easy to apply. You're not supposed to open this as it's printing, but I do want to show you kind of how UV DTF works. So right now it's printing on a transparent film. You kind of see that? That UV light is actually what's curing the ink. And so no heat, there's no powder. This is what we're looking at. As it's printing, it's curing the UV light, and as it goes through, it finishes with the laminator. So it's all built into one system. You don't need to buy a laminator separately. It's one system for everything. Now what's really cool is that it's printing the white, it's putting the CMYK on top, and it's applying the varnish. If you're not familiar with what varnish is, it's almost like the adhesive that will allow it to go on different substrates. You can adjust how much varnish is being applied. So some of the stickers that I put on certain drinkware has no texture, but I can actually increase the varnish to give it a nice texture. And so you can actually play with that, and it's something that our customers love to do. It really separates yourself from anyone doing stickers with like a solvent printer or even doing sublimation on a mug. So I'm going to close this as it prints. Like I said, I only like to have it open just to show you guys. But as it's printing, again, it's going to go through our laminator here, and it's going to be a complete transfer that I can apply. I don't need a heat press, which is the coolest part. There is no heat application. There is no powder system. This is the full system here. Once this is done, I'm going to cut it and show you guys. I'm going to apply it to this laptop here just to show you how easy it is. So give that a second as it prints. But again, one of the coolest advantages is that it's able to go on pretty much any hard substrate. Now I get questions reversed now. People ask, hey, can I put this on a t-shirt? The answer should be, hey, not really. You should really just use traditional direct-to-film printing. But any hard substrate, again, use DTF UV.
I just want to jump in, Vincent. If you have any questions out there, as you're watching him do this demo, please, message in, let us know. If you have that question, I'm sure somebody else has that same question. So don't hesitate to kind of pop in your questions, and we'll kind of answer them throughout the live today, and even at the end if we need to catch up. So as as Vincent's talking, go ahead and just send those questions in.
When people see this machine in person, they probably haven't seen UV printers in general. I mentioned flatbed printers earlier, so typically it's a big bed where the printer will go back and forth. You can either put like a mug, and it'll kind of print directly on it. It's really slow. And if you want to do special items, you need special cylindrical items to help rotate the mug as it prints. The cool part about this, and once this is done, I'll show you, but you basically end up with this. And this is what we're just going to apply to pretty much any substrate I want to. You can put it on a phone case. You can make custom cases. You can put it on the phone itself. You can put it on your laptop like I did. So when I go to places, I can represent DTF Station. I could use it on walls. Our windows that we have our logo and our phone number and everything is printed with our Aries 113. And so the goal is just like the regular A4 R2, send a bunch of jobs, have it hooked up to the system, and it's going to print continuously on a roll. And so that's one of the benefits of this machine versus, say, a traditional UV printer. So it's actually finished. I'm going to go ahead and show you here. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this guy through the laminator just like such. Perfect. And so now this is completed here. I'm going to go ahead and cut this out so I can apply it to one of my substrates. So I'm going to take a pair of scissors. Really easy. And what's cool is if I just want this sticker, I don't actually have to cut this off and reconnect it. I can just cut this one off and then apply it and continue printing. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Such. And I like to use small stuff for cool examples just because this has a lot of color. Maybe it's just something that you would have a customer send you for a job. It is a 13-inch machine, so you can actually print 13 inches wide, and you can print really long. So don't be afraid to print bigger. Again, this is just an example of something small that I wanted to show you. So I'm gonna hold it here just so you can kind of see the color. Perfect. All right. So now that I have my completed transfer here, how do I apply it? So again, there's no heat press that's necessary. This is basically ready to go. I'm gonna go ahead and pull my A and B sheets separate. So just like this, I'm gonna go ahead and peel it off. So you see that there's nothing on here. My transfer is stuck just like that. Now this is ready to be applied. Again, any color, it doesn't have to be white, it doesn't have to be treated for anything. It can go on any hard substrate. And so I'm gonna go ahead and show you on this laptop here. Sorry for whoever's laptop this is, but the logo on it today. So we're gonna open this. Such. All right. So to apply, it's really easy. We're gonna go ahead and just apply it kind of like a sticker. You can put it on there just like that. If you have a squeegee, you can totally do that. You can also use your hand pressure just to make sure that it's nice and applied. And then very easily, I'm just going to peel it off just like a normal sticker. I'm going to start from one corner and then peel straight down. Make sure it's nice and tight. There we go. Perfect. Now there's no other application needed. Once it's on here, it's pretty permanent. One of the common questions I get, is it dishwasher safe? I would recommend hand washing. I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from end users saying, hey, I threw it in my dishwasher, it held up just fine. Would I suggest that? Probably not, but I do know it works. But again, hand washing is ideal. But this is a brand new sticker. My laptop back here that has our DTF Station logo, I've taken it everywhere. I've put it through a lot of stress tests. It's permanent. Now, if you want to take it off, technically you could, but I like to use the word permanent because even a t-shirt, right? If you put vinyl on a t-shirt, if someone really tried to take it off, they probably could. But the cool part is this is the finished product. And if you want to zoom in on the quality of this guy here, it's pretty cool. The colors, and I don't know if you can read the text from the camera, with the level of quality that we're able to achieve. There we go. Perfect.
Vincent, is that sticker raised?
Yeah, so it actually has a little bit of texture to it as well. One of the cool parts with our machine is that we can actually adjust how raised it is. So if we really want to feel it or if we want it to be smooth, we can adjust that in the software. We can also adjust the shininess. So I don't know on the camera if you can kind of pick up on it. We can make it matte or glossy finish. And so if your customer gives you a design, you can even ask them, hey, do you want it glossy? Do you want it matte? And we can just adjust that in the software. If you're using an R4 and R2, to use this is the same. We're using DigiRip. It's the same process. Bring your designs in, how many copies, and send your job. You've already made the profiles for you. So if you can print on those machines, this is going to be a big piece of cake. And right now, we see a lot of success with our end users who already have a DTF Station product, get this, and they hit the ground running.
Does the varnish control the glossiness?
So actually, the light that goes back and forth on the UV DTF printer on Aries, we can control how strong it is, how, and also when it actually applies the light to the actual ink. And so that'll dictate if it's glossy or if it's matte. And so it's a light setting in the software that we can just adjust. The varnish kind of dictates if it's raised or not.
And then another question here, why the laminator? What is it used for?
Yeah, so what's really unique is that our film has, there's two films that you get with the machine. It's an A and a B sheet, basically. The A sheet is the tacky part that we're physically printing on. It's transparent, or it's see-through. When it goes through the B sheet, it basically gets laminated. So that way, if I want to peel it off, I'm just stuck with the B sheet. And the B sheet is what I apply to the actual substrate. So there's two films at A and B, and it has the built-in laminator. There are some UV printers out there on the market that require you to get a separate laminator. It's a kind of a pain. This way, a full roll system with the built-in laminator already for you. So laminator allows it to be an A and B process without having to do anything separate, just let it run its course.
Now, another question we have, what other kind of applications can you see this being used for? You know, we're showing kind of stickers going on, you know, hard surfaces and mugs and things and drinkware. Are there other uses out there that, you know, we might not be thinking of?
Yeah, you know what's funny is for today's demonstration, I was like, what have we put it on that's cool? And I started grabbing a bunch of stuff and I realized a lot of what we've done is drinkware, but that's just like 1% of it. You can put it on cars. You can make decals for cars. We have some unique customers doing it for like medical devices. You can put it, anything you can customize that's a hard good. You can put it on mailboxes, doors, users at home, whatever you could think of that's a hard subject, it's going to apply to it. And if you're not sure, you can go ahead and reach out to Danielle. I know I'm going to get her a bunch of samples so she can send out to you guys watching at home. That way you can kind of test it yourself and see if it applies, because I try to put on a bunch of random stuff and it works. But for today's presentation, I just brought drinkware just because it's kind of what's popular. And it's really cool because I have photographics of this, right? So it's not just logos. If you have a photo you want to put on a car or a window, you can totally do that. But again, the quality is going to be the same as if you're using our R2 or A4. You're going to kind of see that pretty good. Awesome. Possibilities are pretty much endless. I put it on plastic. Even some of our logos on our machines, we use UV DTF at a factory level. And so equipment is a big one. If you want to put your own branding on certain equipment, you want to customize things, any hard good substrate. And sublimation is amazing. The limitations are there. That's where this kind of picks up.
I've also seen it used on like paper gift bags as, a way to brand it. So that's even another, great opportunity for you to, sort of enhance your company kind of logos on items.
Yeah, if you check out our Instagram or YouTube channel, there's a bunch of cool little shorts that we do, kind of just showing different items. There's rulers, there's keychains, like you mentioned, even like restaurant menus, invitations, cardboard, hard substrates. It's not just like drinkware. Again, guys, this thing is awesome. People are getting this machine for all sorts of uses. If you don't know if it's going to apply, you can reach out to Danielle, reach out to myself. I can test it for you. I can even send you some samples, whatever it is to make it easier. But again, it's all about customizing, and that's what this machine does great. It's a 13-inch roll-fed machine, and so you can go pretty long. I have people doing signs and banners with it. I can totally put a DTF Station logo on this wall if I needed to, but we have it on our windows. It goes on glass. It goes on pretty much anything that's a hard good.
Can this be used indoor and outdoor?
It can, yeah, most definitely. Outdoor, probably goes a little more wear and tear, but it's going to hold up. If you really try to take it off, scratch it off with all your might, you could probably take it off. So we like to say it's permanent, but it has some limitations. But indoor, outdoor, it doesn't matter.
Have you noticed if it fades at all for the outdoor use? Could it be in direct sunlight? Should it not be? Maybe not last as long?
It's recommended for not direct sunlight because it is a UV ink. And so, yeah, if you have it in direct sunlight 24/7, it's just not going to last as long. You might notice some fading over time. But that's actually something that probably we're going to test in the future. Probably put it like on a car and just let it sit there for a while. But I do have a white design on my car right now from this machine, and it's held up just fine. So no issues so far.
Excellent. All right, Kate, do we have any other questions?
No, we're good. Oh wait,
I think.
are you able to do larger designs by tiling them together?
That's a great question. Are you able to do larger designs by tiling them together?
Yeah, so what's really cool is again, I keep mentioning A4 and R2 because same exact software. So if you want to bring in 4 designs and then basically game print them, you totally can. And we're on a 13-inch roll, so if your design is 12 inches wide and 4 feet long, tile them all together, send them in DigiRip, and let the UV DTF printer do its thing. The Aries is great because, again, it's on a roll-fed system. Send as many jobs as you like. Let us do its job. Come back at the end of the day, you have a roll full of completed transfers. You can sell UV DTF. I have a lot of customers that are getting this machine and then selling transfers just like they're doing with the traditional DTF printer. And so that's a whole new market that's kind of untapped. There's a couple people doing it now, and so DTF is amazing. A lot of people are doing it, but UV DTF is still fairly new. And that's why I think this is an awesome time to kind of show what this machine can do. And then for at home, kind of put some ideas in your head of, hey, if I had this machine, what am I going to use it for? Do I want to sell transfers? Do I want to customize things? And so possibilities are kind of endless.
And I think it's really hard for people watching to really see the quality that this printer offers. So if you are interested, everyone that's watching, definitely reach out to us to get an actual sample so you can really see the amount of detail and color that you can achieve in these stickers. It's amazing in person. It's a little difficult on video here, but in person, seeing it's a whole new world. So definitely reach out to us if you're interested to get those samples.
Yeah, that's the best part. You hit it on the head. It's send a good photo, just like regular DTF. The quality is going to be amazing. It's again CMYK white and varnish, and so send a bunch of jobs, gang sheet them, send it, end up with a whole roll of transfers. And if you want to be a transfer business, that was your opportunity. But it's UV DTF, and you're gonna hear a lot more about UV DTF in the future. Hopefully, we're leading the charge. But you guys know well at ProWorld, you guys are awesome. And like I said, if you need samples, reach out to Danielle and make sure we get those in your hands so you can actually see the quality, and then apply it yourself. See how easy it is to apply. Put it on some cool stuff that maybe I haven't thought of, and let us know if it works properly, how long it lasts, and give us some feedback. That'd be amazing.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Vincent from DTF Station, for joining us today. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you have any questions about this system, definitely reach out to us. We're here to help get you into that next level for your business, get you more opportunities. So we really appreciate everybody watching. And again, Vincent, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you all here next time.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Danielle. Thank you for everybody watching. ProWorld.com and DTF Station. Thank you guys so much. You guys are awesome.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.